everyone, I'm going to an estate sale preview by Estate Sales by Kara, and I'm going to show you around, show you her process that she goes through to get everything done and make it look beautiful for the big sales coming up. So come on in. Hey Kara, how you doing?
Hey Martha, it's good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me for this preview.
Absolutely. Come on in. I can't wait to show you the house.
Oh, this looks amazing.
It's looking good. I think we're turning the corner on getting everything organized. And
how long have you been working on this?
Pretty much off and on for about 2 weeks. I've had one person here full time, and then my team started last week after we finished in Telford.
What kind of shape was it in, or what kind of shape are most of the houses in when you first get here? I know they're not all maybe set up as beautifully as this possible.
Yeah, I mean, the core of the house is usually always there, but as we age, a lot of times collections of this size and just a normal house get to be a little bit harder sometimes for us to manage, and that's where we come in and assist a lot of times the relatives, a lot of times the children of the family, assist them with getting the home back in order and getting it ready to sell. So ultimately that's usually our goal, for them to be able to get everything ready. I can't wait to show you the rest of the house. There's so many great items here. I mean, every room you go in, especially when I come to look at a house, you know, you always want to play your poker face when you're like, you don't want to be like, oh my gosh, please let me have this sale. But when I came to see this one, she was like, well, do you think there's many good things here? And I was like, I think everything is good here. So, but you know, I love every house that we do. If you see me take an estate sale, it's because something or the family spoke to me. I really do. They become like family to us.
So it gets personal, which maybe makes it easier to work on the items and just kind of get their story.
Yes, and that helps too. I try to find out as much as I can. You know, if you've lost a parent, you know what 95% of these people are going through. Even if their parents just might suffer from dementia or something along those lines, they've lost their parent in some form. So being able to assist with that really helps.
Right.
Helps me.
Yes. Oh, that's so nice. Do they have problems letting go of things, like the family that's left behind? Sometimes.
But, you know, I give them that time after we meet. I'm like, okay, this is your time to get what you want to keep. And then a lot of times, sometimes they're like, you know, everybody has their own homes full of their own treasures.
Right.
So bringing everything to their house doesn't make much sense. So they'll come in and they'll pick out what they like, and then, you know, let their kids or their grandchildren pick. And that does help.
Hopefully with not a lot of any fighting over treasures, because sometimes there's a lot of good treasures.
Yeah, I mean, and typically I think that too. I think that's when I find the best fit, is when I work with families. You know, we'll click right off the bat.
Yeah.
It's like, let me help you. I think that's the biggest thing, and trusting somebody just to come in your home and leave them, it's a big deal.
Well, it's so daunting, I'm sure, too, to just think, where do I start even?
And that's where most people don't know where to start. So making the phone call to us or any estate sale company that you choose to work with, you've made the first step.
Right.
And that's the biggest thing.
Let's go in the kitchen. Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow, that's amazing.
She's got a great blue and white collection, great uranium. We actually basically set up an antique store glass in the basement. You're not gonna believe.
Oh my goodness!
Here.
Oh wow! Well, I noticed you have a dumpster outside. Do you always do that? You have to maybe.
Just probably 8 out of 10 homes, yes, because we go through every drawer. I mean, what I do for the families and what my team does is we pack up your personal items. We go through every drawer in the house.
Oh, wow.
And we're looking for paper. I mean, as you know, like when I came back from Grundy, I brought you things that could have been lost.
Yes, and I'm so appreciative of that.
Yes,
oh my goodness.
I mean,
you found a great family film for us that we had converted already, and we're going to use it at our family reunion.
Yeah,
so everybody's so happy about that.
Well,
I mean, because that could have just been lost and not mean anything to anybody. So
no,
we're very appreciative.
I can't see throwing things like that away. So we designated a safe spot.
Oh, that's good.
In the home, and then go from there.
That's so great.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So this is kind of the messy part, and most of the time I think that, not that I think, but I do wonder sometimes if everybody thinks that the houses already look the way that they do when we first come in.
Yeah.
And they do not. You're going to kind of see what we're working with right now. And
wow, these are a nice collection of plates. Very nice.
It's so beautiful. Look at this little purple china set. She had very beautiful items.
Oh, goodness.
That purple is gorgeous.
So beautiful. So you wash everything and get it sparkling, looking nice.
Because, I mean, you've got to bring it back to its original. She
Right.
bought these things.
Yes.
She loved them, obviously.
Yeah.
So when she bought these items, she thought, I really like that. So we get it back.
I think it makes a difference to the buyer, too, because I have been to sales that they really don't do that, and they just kind of throw it out there. And for it to be clean and in its kind of glory, how it's displayed, I think that's a big plus.
And I think the team that I have that work with me, they enjoy the process of seeing it. We love the before.
Right.
I mean, we love seeing it. I'm glad you could walk in here now. It was getting to be where, every room has.
Oh, love that mirror. That's great.
Every sale, this is one of those houses, it's like every room you walk in.
And is that unusual? I mean, do you always do the whole house or?
Yes.
But is it unusual to have every room has great things? Or
some houses, yes, and sometimes there's just an area, but I love the homes like this that it's just like everywhere you go. Look at her hair.
Barbies. Oh my gosh.
I've never seen her with that.
And all the linens. Oh my goodness.
And right now this is my
oh wow. Oh.
yeah.
Does that make you
so we
nervous? You're not going to get it done?
No, because what we're going to do is we're not going to keep all these. So I just can't because of space.
Yeah.
So we're going to go through each piece of clothing and we're going to say sale, donate, sale, donate.
So you're really an organizer too. It's
so much organization.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is, because to get it to this point, and so they kind of look to me to say, okay, what do you want here? What do you see this room being?
Yeah. Oh,
Once
yeah.
and this was a hard one because they walk in and they're like, what in the world? And I'm like, it's okay.
Oh,
it's like, what do you say when you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
Oh, yes.
So,
my friend Joyce always says that. It's like one bite at a time. Yeah. But so where do you donate items to?
So I am AmVets does my weekly pickup.
Oh, okay.
So at the very end of the sale, they have me on schedule. Shout out to AmVets. I do love them. And they come and pick up every week.
Wonderful.
So you'll see a lot of my estate sale items, which we sell a good majority of the items, but at the end, they're great.
That's so great. So some before that you don't put out, and then everything that's left.
Yeah, and then Haven of Rest.
Okay,
so she's taken close to Haven right now. So
okay.
I try to do local.
Yeah.
And then, of course, with the veterans,
right.
that's a donation.
That's both great stores. I love shopping at both stores.
Love this bedroom.
Yes. Oh, I'm spotting some turquoise hats. Wow. Oh, wow. She loved hats.
Yes, I think she loved a little bit of everything,
Oh my goodness. Oh, the shoes. And I guess it always just gets me. Do you have mixed reactions from buyers when they see a lot of personal things, or are they, because sometimes I have heard people when I'm shopping or whatever, they may see clothes and they think, I guess it just makes them sad or brings back.
And this is how I learned to do this, because I worked with somebody else when I first started doing this before I went on my own. This is it's their last big art show of their life. That's how you have to look at this. Because if we weren't here, what would happen to all this?
Right. That's true.
It would just not be seen in such a beautiful light.
I agree with that. And I think some people do, they're like, gosh, I would never want my things to be shown like that. But the way you just explained it, that just really makes me understand it more, I think.
Yeah,
people, it is. You don't want them just to end up in they would.
I've seen people unfortunately throw everything away.
Yes. Oh, that's just heartbreaking.
I've been in a dumpster too, girl.
Oh my goodness. Oh, well, I'm not above dumpster diving myself. I love that. But
especially, we've seen, there's a lot of beautiful antique pieces in this home too.
Wow.
And what you see is, this was her as a base. So trying to get her back to where she probably wanted to get back to.
Yes.
Is how I think we try to do
Oh, gosh. A lot of that reminds me of my grandmother, because she had some hair pieces like that. And
I think we all do.
And you can see, you can see touches of her, like this round pink. Yes, the femininity, and how she has those things hanging, and how much care she took, in her room to make it look beautiful and comfortable for her.
Well, and two, I noticed that she read a lot of home decor magazines and things like that. So I can see those. So she was able to really translate those from ideas that she got out of magazines into her home.
Oh, I love that.
So I am so excited to help it bring back.
Yes, that's great.
Even if the person is gone. And so don't ever skip on any of my bathrooms, because we always do add a little bit of something.
Oh, yes. That's so nice.
I always turn around
sweet.
look in the bathroom. So
I noticed that other one. Oh, that's great.
yeah, so you'll see like a few little pieces. Not much, but there's still.
It's nice to have that touch. Oh, I love the curtains already.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow.
So this is
Cabbage Patch Dolls.
Yeah.
I see.
I'll check out all the Barbies from the 80s.
Oh, my goodness.
The Gym and the Rockers, which are from my time period. I love Barbie's clothes hanging off of her. But yeah,
oh my goodness, I love that globe too.
The Furby.
Yes. And look at this, so many decorative touches.
Yes.
The cats, and I love the fabric. I do too. That's great.
We may have a roll of it, I'm hoping.
Oh, that would be nice.
Okay, I was in here working on the curtains.
Definitely.
I did all I clean a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Baseboard, ceiling.
Oh my goodness.
We're going around. You're going to see they're in the thick of a room downstairs, girl. It is buried. So
when you do, and I noticed all these Johnston Memorial baskets. Those are so cute.
One of them must have worked
there.
Yeah.
So usually when you do an estate sale, every single thing is for sale. Is that
everything?
How
yeah. If it's not, the family usually, like if it's a big piece of furniture's got to go. I'll let them keep it here, but then that's my responsibility to watch after it.
Yes. Do you do? I know this person is still living. So do you do mostly people who pass away, or do you do sales too for people who just want to like clear out and kind of?
It's a good mixture of both of the two. These are great. Some great antique.
Oh, great.
It's a mixture of the two right now, because I'm seeing a lot of folks that are going into assisted living.
Tell me a little bit about your pricing. How do you price things?
Yeah, so a lot of the items we'll see it week in, week out, so I know what it's going to sell for. We don't want to overprice things. We want it to go with you.
Yeah.
Because especially if you have a home, most people have a home with lots of items in it.
Yeah.
And the way I look at it is, if you get it for a reasonable price, it's going to move. It doesn't get donated. Now, other items, we look up, I would say, 75% of the items that we have in home. And because you have to. You got to look at the maker, things like that.
Yeah.
I don't price it, of course, what it's going to sell for. On
Right. Do you use like a percentage of?
Yeah, I would say, especially like a unique item, like the Crocs, things like that, you're looking at, you want to make sure that you get a good amount for it for the family. But let's say something is priced at $100 online. I'm probably going to be at about $50.
Okay.
That way they still have room to make, because a large portion of who I sell to are resellers.
Oh, right. Yes. Yeah. So how do you look up those prices?
I use Google Lens. I use most of the time I'm using Chat GPT now, which is a new thing that I started. My husband said he's created a monster. He said, "Have you used that?" So
I wouldn't have even thought of that. That's awesome.
I started asking it what things were, and it goes into a very in-depth, a lot more than just Google.
Wow.
And I really love that.
That's pretty cool. Look at all these shells. Do you think they collected all those? Oh my goodness. See, that's something, me personally, I would have a hard time letting go of.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a jar of memories right there.
It is. That's when we come home. I put them in my flower beds.
Yeah,
I put them a little bit everywhere.
Gosh.
So they're always just a little bit, So things like that. It's most of the time when they get assisted living, they have to do like they've got very small areas. There's some great furniture in this.
So they have to.
Yeah,
look at that hall tree. It's really cool.
This was the grandmother's piece. So that's definitely early 1900s, late 1800s.
Wow, that's
so
amazing.
So that's a great hall tree.
Piano.
This is the first time I'm seeing the hall tree.
Oh, really?
In 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been.
So, do the family ever say we have to have this price for like a certain item?
So, what I asked for them is if they tell me a reserve on items, I take that into consideration. I just will do
sure it's
research
hard.
for them
Yeah.
and tell them, okay, if we want to sell it, this is most likely what it's going to sell.
Right.
So,
and be realistic about it. I'm
Yes.
sure there's a lot of times sentimental feelings like, oh, we have to have this for it
Yes.
or whatever. But do you typically mark down by the days as you go?
Yes, so I start kind of giving a little bit of a discount on second day, but the third day is our busiest day, just like the first one.
Oh.
When we do half price, and then I do a bulk bag sale at the end.
Oh,
as
okay.
well.
Oh, that's
yeah.
cool. Do people try to dicker all the time?
Oh,
like
a little
even
bit,
the
but I
first
think
day
they've
or
all kind of learned that we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
This is another.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe this goes on down. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I cannot get over this.
My team is phenomenal.
Wow, they are.
Yeah.
Now, do you have to ever bring in shelving and stuff, or do you just use what's here?
So so all of the shelving that is you'll see in this room, the tables and everything are mine.
Oh, okay.
Except the large 4 metal ones.
Okay.
And the rest of them all belong to me. So everything down here was in boxes.
Oh my goodness.
So
wow.
this has been, I'm seeing a lot of it too.
Wow, that's like Christmas
Oh,
for you and for everybody that you're selling to. I mean, wow, and the family. So once you unboxed it, did they come back and look? They just
the daughter, she's been really great to work with. What she told me was she's looking for specific things, and like her bronze baby shoes.
Oh yeah, so
so she's looking
like
for,
if you find those,
yes,
you're gonna
her baby book that her mom wrote in. We haven't found it yet.
Oh,
but
goodness.
we're still looking. So.
Wow, this is such a treasure trove. I can't even.
I think we're kind of like archaeologists.
Yes, that's a great way to describe it. I mean, you're unearthing treasures that people haven't seen in years. Wow. Oh my goodness. Oh. That is unbelievable. All those flower frogs.
Aren't they great? Those will go fast. People love those.
Wow.
Yeah, and I am by no means an expert on. I know things. But
yeah.
Thank goodness for the internet.
Oh yeah. Well, and I'm sure you learn as you go, and you've learned, like you said, you see things over and over, so you kind of know. You start to get.
Know, yeah. And when we go home at night, we all love it, and I know several of them on my team that go home at night and have taken pictures and they're looking up things.
Yeah.
And they're just learning on how to
which is
find
so
out what
interesting.
things are.
I think. Well, so how long have you been doing this?
So 3 years. I've always been a bit of a reseller.
Yeah.
My dad, he did that after he retired, and he always did cars. My grandmother had an antique shop in Bristol, Virginia.
Oh, really?
Yes. So she passed away in 1987, 88.
Oh.
But she had one down. There was Abe's Antiques, and then my grandmother was right there in that little Commonwealth area.
Oh, I know exactly.
She's an original picker.
So it's in your blood. Basically,
I
think it does get in our blood.
I found, really early letters from like the 1800s, things like that. I love anything that's made it.
Yeah. Yes.
Like 200 years.
Right. That's
I
amazing.
find that fascinating that people have been able to. I love newspapers. From, I love anything from the war too.
Oh no, yeah.
That you find where people have written. Probably one of my favorite things was where I found a box of letters between a couple that were written back and forth while he was in World War II.
Oh, that's really
And I still
neat.
have that box because it was being thrown out, and I found it, and I kept
goodness,
it.
I would too.
I mean, but the couple didn't have any children, and so the family had gotten everything they wanted, and I read every one of them within like the first day.
I love that. Oh my goodness.
So
that's really
special.
But it's something special, and it's really just amazing that it did survive. And what about diaries? Have you seen diaries?
I've seen a lot of diaries. Yeah, because we go through every single piece of paper.
Yeah.
One of the first things I tell the family on our first meeting: do not throw anything away.
Right.
Just due to the fact that they're like, oh, this is trash. I may see something that you may not. So I go through your junk drawer. We find little goodies. It's good to have things get a second life. And we sell a lot on nostalgia.
Yes.
People are seeing things. My grandmother had that.
Right. So it might not be their grandmother's exact thing, but it's like, wow, I remember that from my grandmother's house. Like those type of dishes or...
And it's good because, we went to the house the other day, and I was with my friend Amy, who owns Southern Bells.
Yeah.
And she saw this flower pot that she had as a child. we were looking at the house, and she said, "Can I buy this?" but her dad had thrown theirs away when she was a little girl, and because I guess it cracked.
Oh.
And she was like, she's like, "You must think I'm crazy." I'm like, "No, I understand."
Yeah.
No, I totally
No,
get it.
it pulls at your heartstrings.
Like I said, let's set up like a store.
Yeah, I like that concept. That's great.
And light it up. We had to put lights in. We had to run some lights.
Oh, yeah, it's well lit. I like this a lot. So, what is your process for like letting people in? And does it get crazy? They come. They come like hours early.
Yes, like if we start at noon, I might have people in line 9:30 to pick up a number. I don't have to do that a lot. Typically, I do it if I'm expecting a crowd to start a sale over 150 people to be in line.
Right. Wow.
But I let people in. I have sales where I basically just open the doors and ask people to be very friendly with each other.
Yeah.
And I have not really, knock on wood, I haven't had any problems.
Oh, that's good.
You want to make sure that everyone's safe.
Yeah.
And because you can get a house and you might not be able to move. This one's good because it'll be spread out.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah, and like the house we did in Winterham, I did take numbers there, but you could spread out and it not look like there's really anybody in the house, and there could be 50 people
right
in the home.
Yeah.
So I do that on occasion. It just depends on it depends on the size of the home too.
Now, just you working here, do people try to stop by? And
yes,
I figured.
Yeah, so we have to kind of keep it under wraps. We put we do put a banner in the yard, usually 4 to 5 days before we officially are having the sale, that there's a sale coming soon. But most of the time, my team's real good about keeping me, kind of in the house. They're like, she's busy.
Yeah.
But I'll do tell, at the end of every sale when people are checking out, they'll say, where are you going to be at next? And I'll always give them an idea of the area in general where we'll be at. So
just can't imagine all the pricing that goes into it, especially for all these like little items. And but I know that the last thing you want is for someone how much is this? How much is this? So you got to have prices on every single thing.
And our price tags do fall off, or they get taken off.
Yeah.
And I find that I'll find piles of them in places. I'm like, why did you take all the price tags off? So, but we typically do try to. We'll spend days ahead of time, probably the last week. So right now we're finishing setup. We do prices. We go a lot, but right now with this type of home and this type of collection, we have to price more towards the end.
Right.
I got more in the garage.
Okay, great. Yeah. Lead the way.
We'll go out and take a look at the garage. I think that's it. I do have a lot of flower pots and stuff too. And the next biggest thing is we have to figure out where I'm going to be at.
Oh yeah, checkout.
Yeah, so we've decided this is going to be. So this will be a lot different. So this will have to be come and check out and all that. So.
What do you do when someone says, I want this piano? They have to bring their own help and their own moving.
I just ask that they really try their best. I mean, my guys will help.
Yeah.
But, large pieces, because after each sale, they're always like, I don't want to move furniture for days.
At the end, like how many days usually before you are completely done with being in the house? Like you cleaned out and...
So let's say on a Sunday, if we end, usually by midweek, I have the house completely empty.
Oh, that's good.
So,
Move on to the next.
Yes, because we're booked right now through August.
Oh, and this is so great because you don't have to dig through boxes. I mean,
you can miss a lot of stuff. I know a lot of people do like to do that.
Well, I mean, it just depends. I mean, certain things you don't mind, but this is nice. It's not dirty. It's really just nice and easy.
And too, I don't think you do as good a service to the customer.
Right.
And at the end of the day, we're working to sell, but I'm working for the family. And so if you don't get all their things out and somebody finds something that's really big.
Oh yeah, then you've messed up. I know that you said that you do sell everything, but are there things that you feel like just absolutely don't sell? Like you would not put out, like unmentionables, undergarments, things like that.
So we do get rid of 90% of those now.
I used to have a lot of yard sales back in my day, and at my grandmother's house, and we would sell like a huge bag of like hose, and people buy them for crafts or whatever.
Oh, so, yeah, I'm still selling. I bought a lot from Grundy over.
Yeah,
that she had, because I don't think that they'd even been worn, or if they had, maybe once. So I've got a girl that keeps me organized, and
That's so good.
Yes.
These little chairs out here are so sweet. I love them.
I love the house. It's a great home. It really is. I love this little sign. Did you see that?
I did. That's so
I
sweet.
wonder if she had a booth.
Oh, she may have,
Or
since
something.
that she's got all these items.
Yeah.
Is there
Or
any-
she just had a great collection.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the bike planter. Is the house for sale too?
The house will be on the market, yes. And when if you come to sale and you're interested, it's a great home, great lot.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
I'll have
backyard here.
The agent's information typically with me.
Oh,
I
that's
try
good.
to work
So
really close with
yeah.
them because that's, I need to know when they're closing, when
Right.
they're going on the market, and they're waiting on me most of the time to get the house ready.
and it's a great kind of 2-for-1 if you can get all these people in here that someone might be interested.
It's a huge open house for the home.
Right.
Yeah, you've got 500 to 1,000 people come to a sale.
Oh wow.
So this will be like my floral area, an extension of the kitchen, because I'm sure we're going to have enough dishware.
Yeah.
We haven't even emptied the kitchen cabinets yet.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
So it'll be we can go back in this
Okay.
way if you like.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. You can come on in.
Well, this has been so interesting for me. I loved hearing about the process and
Yes.
and just what you have to go through. And it seems daunting, but you seem to break it down and
You have to
make it manageable.
You compartmentalize anything, and that is basically. I was in sales for
Mhm.
years. I did corporate sales, so now I just sell for myself. I thought, during COVID, I thought to myself, okay, I would love to have a store.
Yeah.
Then you have to buy inventory.
Mhm.
I thought, man, what can I do? And then this is
Yeah.
like, I don't have to buy any.
Right, and you've got a different inventory every week
Every
or
single
however
week,
every
yeah.
sale.
She's got a great collection of McCoy and
Oh,
pottery. It's gonna be a
wow.
great
Oh, my
pottery
gosh.
collection here. Like her cookie
Goodness.
jars. These are from
Oh,
the
this-
50s.
oh
That
my
Pillsbury
gosh.
Doughboy, I've never seen a McCoy cookie jar. I've seen Pillsbury Doughboy, but not
Oh
maybe one
wow,
McCoy.
that's
so.
awesome.
So it's a lot of items you learn about. So
Yes.
So we've almost
I
got the
love it.
base of the house set up. The next thing we do is we got to empty a lot of drawers.
Mm.
And so the kitchen is still full
Yeah.
in the cabinets. Thank you for coming by today.
Thanks for having me. It was such a great look into this wonderful sale and also your process. I
Yes.
appreciate you telling me
You're
all
very welcome,
about
and
it.
I would love for you to come back when we're getting really close to being done, and you can see the final
Yes.
walkthrough.
We will do that.
Yeah, it will be fun. I think you're going to be like, wow, I can't believe this. So,
Thank you, Kara, so
yes,
much.
Martha,
We'll
thank you
see
so much for coming by. Yes, at the next
See you
sale.
at the next sale.
Yeah, this sale will be in 2 weeks here in Foxfire. So
Okay.
we'll see you then.
Great. Thanks, Kara.
You're welcome.